Hi guys, welcome to the challenge 3168 where we are supposed to make a code review for Priva Labs Renewal.force.com event connector and the readme fix. In this video I'm going to show you top 3 bugs which I found for this application. This is my fresh development org where I'm going to deploy the source code files provided in asset section. So let's deploy the code from the force.com IDE. I have imported given source code locally. I'm going to deploy it to the server now. It may take some time depending on the size of the files and everything. So we'll have to wait for till that moment. Yeah, all these classes and complete source code is deployed now. Let's check now. Yeah, we have all the classes imported. Let's open the readme now. So we need to perform these steps to make this application work. Some of the steps are not needed for this application code. So let's use these given credentials. Let me log in quickly. So I'm copying the client name and I have to paste it into the custom settings object. Then the client secret. Server URL, client ID. Now I need to check the remote settings for this server URL. Save. Now there are other small bugs also, like you have to create an app and some UI bugs, some code level bugs, which I'm going to mention in the doc I'm going to upload with this deliverable. But in this video I'll show you the first 3 bugs which I feel important. So I'm creating the new meeting request. Sorry. Some time. Click on the next. Test meeting. Send. The team bar will get the meeting invitation. Let's schedule this meeting. The meeting is confirmed. Now I'll go to the new meeting to generate the QR codes. I think I find my first bug over here, which is a major. The application is not retrieving the OAuth token provided by these logins. This is the most important issue. Unless you get the OAuth token, you will not be able to proceed with the application. The second bug I have found is when I run the method from the developer console using service callout, it throws me an error on line 85. Let's change the code a bit. Let's print the response body we are getting in that service call. Let's print it over here so we can see the response body in exception. Now if I run the code again, here you can see it says authorization via bearer token required. Follow the OAuth token link to get one. There is no description given in readme file how to get OAuth token link to get one bearer token, or is it necessary to create a auth authentication before running this app. So user may get confused if he finds difficult to set up the application or by reading the readme file. So these are the two important issues which needs immediate address. Another thing is in custom settings, if I delete the created record, let's say this is the state of the application when it is freshly installed. Now when I click on the new, as readme file suggests, create a new record with custom settings with a particular URL. So if suppose I only paste a given URL, and refresh the page, it tries to get the authentication code, and it's authentication failed, client ID and secret ID not valid. You should validate that if the client ID, client name and client secret are in proper format and not the default ones, or else you can remove the default values, because if the custom settings are not provided, the user of the application will not be able to understand what is the error over here. It should say the custom settings error, which that particular class service callout says, but that error is not appearing over here, so you need that code level change. That out for you. Yeah, here it is. You should check before sending the client secret name if it is in correct format or supposedly in correct format. It will save your web service call. I think these are the three top priority issues which needs immediate attention. Apart from this, there are few code level fixes and few UI level fixes. Excuse me. I'll mention those in this video. Few code level fixes are the custom setting. It's called in every method. You should not make this code redundant. You can pull this out in some different utility class where you can get custom settings at once to get the default URL. So your code coverage will increase and you will not have any redundant code. This redundant code where you every time check the default URL. You can get rid of this. Also, in the MVC pattern, model view controller, your controller are supposed to have only controlling logic, or in simple words, your controllers must have that logic which tells what to do if some particular action has been done. Meaning, if I click on the send email button, your controller should just tell that okay, mail should be sent, but the actual sending of mail code should reside in your different class. But currently your meeting tokenizer controller is having much business logic to sending the emails, generating and maybe parsing code and everything. That code you can take out in some different utility class, so the code will be easy to read and the tokenizer controller will do only the things which it's supposed to do. That is the controlling part of the application, not having the business logic. So basically I think you should create API type of classes, and when the event is happen like send email, the controller will call those utility or API classes and the actual business logic will go into that class. I'm going to define all these points section wise in the Excel document. I'm going to upload this deliverable, but these are the few issues I think needs attention before this application go to the production. Also, I don't think in the readme file there are any need to configure this Heroku app and making chatter enabled to run this application, or maybe chatter check-in settings. So I'm going to remove these steps from the readme and I'm going to upload the new readme with the deliverable. I think this is enough for the video. I'll upload the readme file and the top priority issues bug file with the deliverable. Thanks for watching this.